These are my floor pop tiles that I've had for 3 years during the pandemic, and they've lasted me very well. But it was time to get serious, remove the floor pops and the lino, and put in black penny round tile. Removing the flooring was really hard. I found a crowbar helped a lot. Definitely wear protection. Taking off the remaining staples was a bit tricky, but I found a way for me to do it. And that was to use a little piece of wood. I had 2 pieces of wood to give me the leverage to pop up the tile, the staples. There weren't a lot of staples. Some came up when I ripped up the subfloor. This is how I got the tricky ones out. Next, I did a dry fit of the Wonder Board Light. It's the cement board that went down before my penny round tile. And surprisingly easy to cut. You just score, put a piece of 2x4 underneath, give it a little snap, then flip it over and use your Stanley knife to cut the back of the membrane. This is my first time working with cement board, and it went surprisingly easy. I found it helpful to watch a video by Tina Lee, and I watched her powder room tiling makeover video dozens of times, it seems like. And it really helped me to just realize that I could do this project by just breaking it down into manageable little pieces. And I worked over the Christmas holiday, 2022. It's important to give all of the steps time to dry. So before you put down, after your dry fit, before you put down your cement board, you have to put down thinset and let that dry. So I live in a humid environment, so letting things dry took more than 24 hours. That's my dry fit. Get the correct notch trowel, because you're going to put down your board and then tape up your seam and put in the screws. And I'm messy. Look at how messy I am. Once again, doing a dry fit, labeling my tile sheets with an arrow pointing up. And I really saved a lot of tiles. It's very hard to match them up to not have gaps. I did my best and it looks fantastic, but it is really hard to make it perfect. So I had to let that go. By using the blackish, I think it's called charcoal gray prism grout, it really helped hide all the flaws and mistakes that I made. Grouting is quite messy. I should have taped more than I did. Learned something there. Definitely worth it to take off your baseboards. And I did take the time to paint behind the toilet as well. It's messy, it really stains, but it looks so good to do black penny round tile and the charcoal grout. New toilet is being ordered and on its way. So I found this porcelain penny round easy to cut by hand using tile snips. And I watched a few YouTube videos, but Renovision TV with Jeff had a really good video on how to just use hand clippers, and you just kind of put the clippers on not even halfway through the penny tile, and just about a quarter of the way, just at the edge, you just clip, and they snapped in half. I was really surprised, so I did a few of those to fill in any gaps where there were bigger spaces. Even though I did do a dry fit, when I was laying things down, things did move more than I thought, so I did have to go back in and add some of the half penny rounds that I cut by hand. It wasn't a big deal. But what was a big deal is I only bought one bag of grout, and I should have bought two. And then over the Christmas holiday, New Year's, I had to wait to finish my project. So I had to do this big mixing and big cleanup twice, and that was a little bit onerous. Pushing in the grout, definitely work at it from a few different angles because you're going around a circle, trying to go around these tiles. You really have to push it in. I found standing up and pushing down easier than kneeling. And definitely take a look at different angles and the light just to make sure you're getting your grout pushed in around all the surface of your round tile. Some days have gone by and I'm finishing up my grouting. That was my own fault. Live and learn. My dog Scotty is watching the progress. It's really hard to get under the heat register. I think if I tile again, I would move my heat register up higher so I could really grout well underneath and then lower it back down. Because I really wasn't able to get under that space. It was really hard. And then when you set your timer, after you're done grouting, set the timer and then start your washing process. And what I did is I have a lot of sponges, and so I would sponge and not reuse the sponge. I'd go outside, rinse it with a garden hose because I didn't like carrying dirty water up and down like I did the first day that I did my grouting and cleanup. Just thought I would try something different. Another thing is when I was done after 3 hours, I went back in with some of the blue shop cloths, shop towels, like shop paper towels that you can buy. And I buffed it, and that took out all the haze, and it looked really fantastic. I just need to put in some baseboards. Thanks for watching.